Hey guys, this is Dr. Prime here, back for a Transformers review of Revenge of the Fallen Superion. For me, I had to get this figure. I don't have the original version. I'm going to post this as a response to Eros 1's review of Superion Maximus. And I asked that if you are interested in transformation and getting him into this mode, I refer you to his videos and watch those. He does a very good review. In trying to transform this guy, I have found that it's a little frustrating. There are a lot of negative things to it, and I would advise, quite honestly, that if you want to get this mold or this figure, maybe to go back and get the original Superion Maximus for quality purposes. I have found, and I don't know if this is across the board, but at least my experience is I have found that in repaints, the quality of the figures just drops. And it's for me, and I have seen it in other people's reviews that have done reviews of repaints, especially. I shouldn't say especially, but even in animated figures. Revenge of the Fallen figures, the first movie figures, whenever the figure is repainted, it seems like the second version, the quality of the plastic just seems to go down to a point where the whole figure it's just not the same. And I think this may be, I can't confirm it because I do not have the original Superion Maximus, but I don't know if you just noticed that I just moved them around and this turret on the back of Skydive just fell off. So I'm very disappointed with the figure in general. I love combiners, so I kind of had to get this guy to see for myself. And what I'm going to do instead of going through the whole transformation thing is I'm going to go through what I find is our drawbacks to this figure in particular, and also do a comparison to the original G1, which in all honesty is not a fair comparison, and maybe comparison isn't the right term, but just basically a side-by-side view to look at the colors and just the differences, just to see it next to the other one. So I'm not going to compare it, I'm just going to put them next to each other. But first and foremost, in this mode, in the combined mode, and I've seen this in other reviews, this is a Silverbolt here, and you can see, if I move the cockpit up and down, you can see the head moving. It's supposed to peg into place here on the waist. The nose of the plane is supposed to peg in there, and it has a hole that it fits into, but it just doesn't stay. I've seen a review by J.T. Mitchell, and he did a review on Superion Maximus, which is the same mold, and he said, well, hopefully this is just because he got his used off of eBay. It's not the case. This is brand new out of the package. It just doesn't stay, and whenever you pose the figure in different poses, it falls out, and then you can see the leg just fell out. And then another negative is that when you go to put the pieces in, the legs on Silverbolt here, this part of the legs is sort of like a shell. It does not peg into place, and you see it'll slide out and in very, very readily. It does not lock in. So when you go to grab it to try to peg the legs in, this part slides and it doesn't. It's that went in very easily, which never happens. But it's just very difficult to get the legs pegged in, and then this fell off, which isn't a major problem. And I really don't like being negative, but I've transformed this guy several times, and I've tried to be optimistic about it, but it's just not. I'm very disappointed with it. I'm just very disappointed. So I went over the front not pegging in properly or not staying in well, and like I said, this may be, it was seen in the Superion Maximus as well in another review. Maybe this is because it's a repaint, I don't know. But this doesn't peg in well. The problems with the legs and holding them to try to get the bottom of the legs pegged in for the combination. Also, what is a disappointment about this figure is the fact that the arms and the legs they're two repaints basically. So essentially, this leg here, which is air raid, and then this arm, which is air razor, are the same exact mold, as well as these two are the same mold. They're just repainted. I mean, they could have done different figures, a slightly different mold. I don't know, just repainting them, and they did that with Superion Maximus. But if you're gonna repaint it, do something a little bit different. In my opinion, it's just not good enough to me. And you can see as you can see, I'm having a hard time getting it to stand. If you move it to try to get it to stand, sometimes you'll find that maybe the legs will fall apart, or this will come unpegged, which doesn't stay pegged anyways. So yeah. Other than that, another thing is on the skydive and fireflight molds, which are the same. This is the head of the robot, the individual robot, and I've seen this in other reviews as well. Is that there's a little turret there, which kind of becomes antennae in the robot mode. This comes off extremely easily. There, it just pulls off. If you cannot turn the head without that falling off, and you really have to actually concentrate on gripping the head and not the turret, or it will just come off. And this on the bottom of air raid, the bottom of the foot continually falls off, which actually I wasn't going to gripe about, but is obviously becoming a problem as well. I had actually every intention of doing a positive review on this figure. I love combiners, and I'm usually not critical of. And this turret just fell off the head again on the back of Skydive. But it's been very frustrating. Other than that, if you don't touch the figure, I think the robot mode looks okay. I like the head mold. I like this whole deal on the head sculpt, and I'm okay with the combiner having two of the same molds on each of the legs of the arms, and they're all interchangeable, as you know. But I just make a different figure. It doesn't even have to be that extravagant. So probably, which is really not necessary to do, but just to have them side by side, just to look at the colors and everything. Here's G1 Superion in combined mode. One thing to note I didn't say yet is that all of the figures have the same names. You got Silverbolt, Fireflight, Air Raid, and Skydive, except for this one, which is Air Razor. And the G1 version is actually Slingshot. There must have been a problem with the copyright of the name or something. You have a similar coloring. The Revenge of the Fallen version maybe slightly is definitely brighter. You have some of the translucent plastic, which you don't have on the G1 mold. You have more articulation if it doesn't fall apart. It kind of defeats the purpose. And like I said, I'm not going to compare them. It's just not fair. A G1 compared to a 2009 figure. But anyways, you can see them next to each other. They're about the same height, almost exactly. And I think, in all fairness, I think that the G1 still looks pretty good. So, sorry for the negative review. Like I said, this will be posted in response to Eros' one Superion Maximus, but hopefully it kind of complements it. As far as differences, you can go through the transformation in his review, but it looks okay. If I was to make a recommendation, I would say if you must have this mold, I guess if you have to get it, you can get it, but I can't highly recommend it. So this is Dr. Prime. Very excited to see the movie in less than 24 hours. It's been very frustrating watching everybody else's. Well, actually, I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen that everybody, at least in the UK, is doing reviews of the movie. But I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate everybody sticking with me. I should have a bunch of reviews coming up. But I think that's all I have to say. This is Dr. Prime. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.